The check started Wednesday. The staff's going door to door. If no one answers the door, the office leaves a pink tag explaining dogs need a current license and how to get one. The random checks will continue through summer and fall. Valeric is in a partnership with Green Youngstown for an electronics recycling drive at the Cavelli Center today till 2 p.m. The drive is for Mahoney County residents only. All monitors and TVs will have a fee to process. No fee for Freon removal or limits on units. In sports, Baltimore beat the Indians 5-1 both again today. 3:35 on News Radio 570 WKBN. Pirates over San Diego 5-3. College baseball, Milwaukee beat YSU 5-4. High school softball, champions shut out Crestview 14-0. In high school baseball, after losing to Hubbard 11-10 in the District 2 sectionals earlier in the week, the Poland baseball team is back in the tournament. The OHSAA disqualified Hubbard for a violation of rules. According to the OHSAA, Hubbard violated a bylaw 921 that prohibits teams from missing school to play games in non-bordering states. 27 First News says Hubbard apparently did back in March when they played 5 games in Tennessee. And the 144th Preakness Stakes happens today. Post time 6:45. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 1:30. Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charlie's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charlie's.
For your home or business, call Mazza's Heating and AC in Girard, 330-545-6063. Your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Scattered clouds this afternoon, a high near 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low 63. Sunday, partly sunny, warm and gusty. Chance of a shower, maybe a thunderstorm late Sunday with a high 83. Sunday night, showers, a low 63. And partly sunny on a Monday with a high in the low 70s.
Great planting beds start with fresh mulch from Altiers Home and Garden Center. Start with Altiers' very popular double shredded brown mulch or their color enhanced double shredded mulch in black, brown, and red tones. Now is also the time to start prepping your garden soil. Altiers makes it easy with leaf compost or mushroom compost. Haul the mulch or compost yourself or ask Altiers about their same-day delivery. Call today, get it today. Open 7 days a week. Altiers Home and Garden Center, South Avenue at the corner of McClurg Road in Boardman.
Give your home's interior or exterior an update with a new Mastercraft door from Menards and save with 11% off everything. Menards carries exterior and interior doors to fit the style that's right for you. Choose from our huge selection of stock doors or design your door your way with our door designer. Right now, save big money with 11% off all Mastercraft doors at Menards. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Find out more about how you can help to improve our air quality. Get today's air quality forecast and the extended forecast. Help preserve the air you breathe for you and your family. You need it to live, and you use it every day. MahoneyValleyAir.org. Information for your future.
From America's best-selling automobile to the world's toughest trucks, there's a reason why customers are driving from Youngstown, Boardman, Austintown, Hermitage, even Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So come and find out for yourself at our all-new state-of-the-art facility on Route 46. See you at Toyota of Warren.
Art Bell is back.
This is Art Bell. Welcome back.
Saturday nights at 9.
You're hearing 570 WKBN Youngstown.
All right, welcome everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and we get to do this here on Saturday. They give an open mic to all of us. We could talk about anything that's on your mind. Try to steer you in directions and give you information. Try to bring you up to a certain standard where you embrace the technology that's sitting in front of us. You're not bashful about it and you're not intimidated by it, and you're more likely to use it if you're not afraid of it. If it represents the magical black box that, controls your digital life and you know nothing about it, then when things go wrong, you have a tendency to bail on it and not get any deeper. And that's what we hope to do. We talk about topics that are in tech so that you can feel better about using this stuff. And today's topic, I'm just going to kind of freestyle it today. I'm feeling nice and chill. A bunch of stresses are gone. And so I'm just going to relax and enjoy and ease us into this one. But I want to talk a little bit about a side hustle. And you hear this term a lot especially on social media. It's a very popular thing to embrace the side hustle. So let me introduce the definition to you. So you have your primary gig. This is where you wake up in the morning and you go somewhere and they pay you per hour to be able to do something for a certain period of time. That's your primary gig. Your side hustle is something that you do in addition to your primary gig. It's something usually to generate cash, to make a little bit of extra money. So everybody embraces these side hustles, and we're usually in a state that if we come across a deal that doesn't take up too much of our free time and is something that we can dabble in, has a little bit of sexy interest in, we'll give it a little bit of attention. Now, I have to kind of start off with sort of the Joe warning. The reason I usually bring this up is I run across someone who gets burnt by a side hustle opportunity. So then I talk to you about it and tell you about what they did. And now I don't want to sort of steer you away from the side hustle. The side hustle is absolutely where I think everybody in this audience should at least be in a little bit. Because here's the thing, the side hustle represents something that may be more in your wheelhouse and closer to the things you like doing versus what you can go out in the marketplace and get paid well for. But a lot of these things it's sort of like spark the entrepreneurial spirit where you get started as a side hustle and you never know, in the end it could become your primary gig. And so, but there are a lot of scammy, less than reputable companies that will kind of corner you in the side hustle. So you come to the conclusion that you want to try something else that's not a clock in, clock out type of thing. And there's a billion multi-level pyramid schemes that are waiting to take all of your interest and to occupy you and, demoralize you. And that's the part that I want to steer you away from. Now, it's not that I'm against multi-level marketing. There are people that I know that are making millions of dollars in multi-level marketing. What I'm telling you is that it takes a special kind of person with a special type of personality and a special group and network of friends and colleagues and professionals to be able to make network marketing really work out. Those extroverts that, just talk and they're so awesome to listen to. Those are the personality types that do really well for multi-level. And I don't do multi-level, but I'm not going to, dissuade you from doing that. I'm just going to talk around it because usually when somebody gets burnt in one of these things, it's because they end up jumping into an Amway and they are in denial what it is. The newest one is this, and I'm going to use the improper term, I'm sure, but sort of Amazon, sells directly. And then they also offer selling on behalf of, where, you ship their products to, you ship your products to them, and then they put it on their site, and then they sell your stuff out of their warehouse. And then they have stuff where they sell, and then you process it yourself. Now, from the shopper's experience, you don't know any of this stuff is going on. But from the seller's standpoint, they have 1,000,001 different ways to be able to procure products to sell on their site. And there's a lot of side hustles that are involved with selling on Amazon or shopping on Amazon or reselling on Amazon or brokering on Amazon. And there's a lot of these that, you really don't need to buy into a program to figure out how to do some of these things. So I'm going to dabble a little bit. Now, there's a call out there, so I'm going to go ahead and take the call. And if we have to jump back into this topic, I will, because we're going to I want to give you some ideas of side hustles and some bullet points on what to follow, because I think all of you that are listening could dabble in the side hustle and, put a little supplementary income into your, what you pull home per week. But let's go to Joe. Not sure what Joe has up for us, but Joe, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Good afternoon. Quick question about solid-state drives
Sure.
on computers. I would imagine they're just as liable for fragmentation as the old hard disk. Is that true?
Well, it fragments, but there's no latency between the reads, so it doesn't end up costing you any time. It doesn't benefit you to go, because how digital's done on the chips, it doesn't hurt you to have the data fragmented.
Okay. Now, do you defrag hard drives, or that's not an issue like it used to be?
You don't want to do it because on a solid-state drive, those cells that record the data are only good for so many reads and writes. So if you end up relocating data over the drive, you're actually using up the capacity of those cells. So you don't want to do it for the longevity of the drive, and you do get no performance out of it. So I'm going to tell you, no, you probably don't want to defragment it.
I see. All right. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. Thanks for the phone call. And just as a slower version of what I just responded to there, you have mechanical drives, which are basically, metal records that are spinning super fast. And then there's a magnetic read head that are on the both sides of the platters, which is the records. and those little reed heads move around like a record. The record player, the record spins, and then there's little arms that move the magnet over to read and right back to the drive. Well, fragmentation means that there was a program that put some of its data on the beginning, like the edge of the drive, and some of the data on the rim of the drive. So the mechanism had to actually move itself from one side of the disk to the other. And when you're doing digital and you're waiting on analog, that ends up adding seconds to be able to do the disk access speed and seek time. And so if you can remove that by putting the data close to one another, it can organize the data so the read head didn't have to move as far. Now, when you're not using digital or analog means, then there's no physical thing that has to go over the disk. So with solid state drives, even though you can defragment, and there might even be some philosophical reasons why you'd want to fragment or defragment, from a performance standpoint, negligible. And also from a longevity, it actually works against you. So that's the slower version. Joe, thanks for the phone call. Appreciate it. Okay, so anyway, back to these, and I use the example of Amazon as setting up for your side hustle, but there are literally thousands of places that you can put some of your time into. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to business, okay? So, if I'm going to, you go out to the marketplace, you look at something that there's a demand for that's not being filled, you either learn how to do it or already know how to do it, and you go fill that demand, right? That's just how the traditional marketplace would work. And there are thousands of those fillers that exist right now. I mean, you don't have to go very far to figure out something that could be done better, faster, more efficient using your skill set. And if you're like me and you're in that constant state of learning, then you will always stumble on saying, oh, I'm into this. There are many people doing that. Maybe I should. And then you go dabble and see if it has a place in the marketplace. Now, the non-traditional, these other side hustles. So for instance, my wife stumbled on that one of the things that all of us that happens in our houses is we accumulate crap that's just crap, non-useful crap. Why do we do that? Because we're consumers, and that's what consumers do is we accumulate crap, and it just gets, every year you get more and more and more of it. And so we started to get into the territory of being labeled as hoarders. Well, not really, but and so we were like, hey, let's do a garage sale so we can spend an entire afternoon and have a bunch of our neighbors come over and offer us 50 cents for things and come away with the day with about $20 versus paying a dumpster company to drop a dumpster off and just put it all in there and save ourselves an afternoon, right? What do you think I am? My wife's the get the 50 cents and I'm the put it in the dumpster kind of guy. So we kind of made this, I brought the dumpster over. And I gave her the ability to pull some of the more valuable things that she could sell and put it on buy, sell, trade. And then the things that I knew were a little bit harder for them to line up or they were too cumbersome or whatever, I just throw in the dumpster. So we both got our way in here, and I got to throw a bunch of crap away last year, and she started putting 1 and 2 things on a day. And you would be amazed at how many people buy the crap that you have. You don't think it's valuable. I'm telling you, here's the most absurd version of this. So I had when I bought my house, it had this swing set that was behind it, and it was crap. It was falling apart. You couldn't sit on it without it falling down, right? It was crap. It was falling apart. If you slid down the slide, it was like a cheese grater where it would suck your skin off, and it would be laying on the ground next to you. So here's what I'm like. I'm gonna have to pay someone to come over here and tear this thing down, take it apart, and throw it away and whatever. I was so annoyed that this thing was there, and I just wanted to burn it down. I just wanted to get rid of it without having to do anything with it. And my wife said, put it on buy, sell, trade. And I said, no, somebody's not going to pay me to take this trash away, right? And she's like, no, really, someone will. I was like, okay, we'll put it on for something. And I think she might have put $50 on it. And what do you know, within like 30 seconds of us putting $50 on it, someone said, we'll take it. And they brought their pickup truck and about 8 of their kids over, or 8 of their friends over, and they disassembled it and they hauled it away and gave me $50 for something that I was willing to pay someone to destroy and just get rid of, right? That is absurd to me, that the crap that's laying in the side, crap that's in your side rooms and your garage and your attics, someone will pay for. Just, find the most valuable stuff, polish it up a little bit, put it on some of these buy, sell trades. And the one we use is most of the time, whatever community you're in, the police station will have these commerce parking spots set up. so that when you make a sale, you have someone come to you, park next to you, and you exchange the thing and they give you the money. I'm telling you, my wife is probably averaging $30 a transaction for this crap, the stuff that Joe would just be throwing in the dumpster, or at a garage sale would be like maybe getting 50 cents if you grouped it with other box of crap that came out. So she's getting $20 and $30 per freaking item. It blows my mind. Anyway, so side hustles are one of the easiest things to pull off now, because you have social media that helps you sell it. You have eBay that helps you sell it. I mean, I haven't even heard Craigslist in forever, but that used to be the go-to thing. But it's so easy to unload. Now, if you take that even further, you know people will buy your crap, right? What's the chances of you on a Saturday morning getting up now that the weather's nice and going to these garage sales and picking up crap that you know people will buy from you on buy, sell, trade, going with $10, offering the 50 cents to the garage sale people, going home, put it on buy, sell, trade for $20, and now you've got a side hustle. I mean, you could make a business out of just doing stuff like that, and that's just all dealing local. That's not even, having to do the eBay across country or doing priority mail or any of the shipping or any of the payment processing. This is physically putting it in Boardman buy, sell, trade, someone saying they want it, you meet them in a parking lot and they give you the $20 and you're done. So that's the antithesis of anyway, it's really easy to do it. But getting back to the original warning about these multi-level ones, they're more convincing. See, you go into and doing the garage sale one is you manually having to figure out a business model that, puts money in your pocket. Ones like the Amways and there was one for satellite dishes. There was one for nutrition supplements. There was one for drinks, like caffeinated drinks. There's a couple of them for Amazon. The multi-level, here's the first thing. Let me give you the warning signs for a multi-level. Number one, if they say it's not a pyramid scheme, then it is a pyramid scheme. Okay, that's number one. If they say it's not a scam, then it's a scam. No legitimate business has to come out and say, I'm not a pyramid scheme and I'm not a scam. None of them. Okay, so if they say that right off the get-go, guess what? They are. And they're really good about masking that model so that it doesn't resemble it exactly. But when you dig down and say, okay, well, where does the money come from? Oh, the money comes from you signing up other people who have to also buy the products that you are forced to buy, and then a portion of that goes up to you, and then it goes up to them, and it goes up to, oh yeah, it's a pyramid scheme. Okay, it might not be definition-wise pyramid scheme, but the business model is pyramid scheme. And there's nothing wrong per se about pyramid scheme, as long as everybody that's in the pyramid knows it's a pyramid scheme. But the ones that really always concern me are the ones that are pyramid schemes, and everybody in the pyramid will never admit that they're a freaking pyramid scheme because it's radioactive. I don't know. Anyway, so I want to dedicate a good portion of the show on the side hustle because I want a lot of you who have interest adding supplemental income to do this safely, and there's a million different ways that you can pull it off and do it. So stand right by. I'll give some more examples, and if you have any experiences, call the show, 330-729-9977. You can also text me at 333-1570, and I will read those messages along the program. Welcome everybody all over on Facebook and YouTube Live and all the other places that you're watching this show. We'll be back. This is the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? You feel like there's no way out? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Get off the debt treadmill and stop the harassment. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Call now at 800-899-8922 for free information. For about 10 years, Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Get off the endless cycle without having to declare bankruptcy. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 800-899-8922. That's 800-899-8922.
Hi folks, Scott Jones here from Youngstown Propane Fireplace and Patio. We've been in this valley now for 37 years, selling propane, fireplaces, grills, outdoor furniture, and so much more. If you haven't stopped in for a while, you got to stop by this season to check out our new selections of patio furniture, all the highest quality at great prices. We've also got fire pits to give you that warm, cozy feeling on those chilly nights. Or if an outdoor kitchen is on the horizon, we've got the perfect built-in grill for you. Youngstown Propane Fireplace and Patio on Route 224 in Canfield.
Great planting beds start with fresh mulch from Altiers Home and Garden Center. Start with Altiers' very popular double shredded brown mulch or their color enhanced double shredded mulch in black, brown, and red tones. Now is also the time to start prepping your garden soil. Altiers makes it easy with leaf compost or mushroom compost. Haul the mulch or compost yourself or ask Altiers about their same-day delivery. Call today, get it today. Open 7 days a week. Altiers Home and Garden Center, South Avenue at the corner of McClurg Road in Boardman.
My Powerball ritual? Playing license plate numbers in my boss's golf score. When Powerball is up to $270 million, there's no better time to nail that lucky number and play the odds your way. Powerball, it's up to $270 million. Play today. And did you know that in the last 9 months, players have won over $1.5 billion in prizes playing all our games? People are winning in record numbers, and winning is everywhere. Buy your tickets today.
Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Please play responsibly.
Burnett Pool's financing event is happening right now. Take advantage of 0% APR for 60 months on all new hot tubs and above-ground swimming pools. Now's the time to own a hot spring spa, the world's #1 selling hot tub brand, or the perfect time to choose your new swimming pool. Visit Burnett Pool's locations in Cortland, Canfield, and Newcastle, or online at burnettpools.com. With low monthly payments on approved credit, it's easy to step into a new hot tub or above-ground pool.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
Pella Window, architect approved and homeowner trusted. I'm Denise DeFalla for Pella. Pella has been making products in their own U.S. factories since 1925, and they're a name you can trust. Call 1-877-98-PELLA to schedule your free in-home appointment. Save up to $100 off windows and $400 off patio doors, and make no payments for 12 months. Go to PellaYoungstown.com today. I trust the team at Pella, and so should you.
We can give our children a strong economy and a clean environment. The future is in our hands. Fair and responsible energy reform for today and tomorrow. The Ohio Clean Air Program ensures more clean energy generated in Ohio by Ohioans for Ohio. By modernizing our environmental goals, we encourage the growth of Ohio-made energy from wind, solar, and other sources that reduce carbon dioxide in our air. And by investing at home, not in other states, we will create new jobs and a better economy, helping Ohio families and entrepreneurs. The Ohio Clean Air Program improves our environment, creates jobs, and lowers what you pay for electricity. It's time to reform Ohio's energy goals. Protect what's precious. Call your representative at 800-282-0253. Encourage them to support the Ohio Clean Air Program. Don't let out-of-state profiteers continue to steal Ohio's jobs and our children's future. Paid for by Generation Now, Inc.
The tire experts at Flynn's Tire and Auto Service make it easy to choose your next set of tires. Whether you're looking for great traction, a quiet ride, or just the lowest price, our experts will match you with the perfect tire to fit your needs, guaranteed. From now through June 30th, you can get up to $200 back when you buy a set of 4 select Goodyear tires on the Goodyear credit card. Visit our website at flynnstire.com or stop by any Flynn's Tire location today.
And tell them Denise sent you.
Offer subject to credit approval. See store for details.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And now get your first month's supply for just $5 at 4hims.com/Greg. Hims connects you with real doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. So easy. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to 4hims.com/Greg. That's 4hims.com/Greg.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is chilled out version of the Youngstown Computer Show. I'm Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and we're talking about the side hustle, the using tech to be able to make some extra income and be able to sniff out some of those scams, and sort of my opinion on some of the the multi-level and the pyramid schemes, and I cast them in a bad light. Again, I don't mean those of you who are making a living in multi-level. I do not mean to insult you. So really, please do not. You got to understand that there are some nefarious or less than legitimate schemes out there. And I'm talking primarily about those ones. I mean, Amway has been around as long as I have, and their model isn't necessarily a scheme. It's multi-level. But anyway, so I just want to declare that right off the get-go. I'm not intending to, sort of minimize a type of business. I love all business, and I'm just using, this is just my opinion. Anyway, during that break, I got yelled at by my wife. Don't even say we're hoarders. Don't say things like that. And the swing set was free, and my stuff is not crap! ! Honey, listen, this was hyperbole, right? I know we're not hoarders, but everybody has that junk drawer where, every time you open it, it's just a mess and it's not even worth looking through. Well, then some people have closets that are that way, and some people have rooms that are that way, right? If we have a room that way, we might have, 10 rooms that are not that way and one room that is. Well, I would like it to be just a drawer. I'd be willing to tolerate a drawer, but not a room of hoarderness. So, yes, we're not really hoarders, but we do have rooms that we don't know what to do with stuff, so they kind of accumulates, and it's got boxes and whatever, and it's annoying to a guy like me. I'm a minimalist, right? I'd rather throw it away than have it. I shared on Facebook yesterday that my goal for this weekend was to go through all of my tools and to make sets complete and get rid of sets that are missing pieces of it, because that's just me. I when you're going through a box of ratchets and stuff like that, you don't know what set it belongs to. I'd rather start with a set that's complete than try to assemble one. So sorry, honey, I didn't mean to make you upset out there. 330-729-9977, or you can text me at 333-1570. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be back.
Stifel is a full-service firm offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. Stifel, with 3 offices in the Valley, with experienced advisors assisting you. Information, visit stifel.com or call 744-4351. Stifel Nicholas Incorporated.
Celebrate freedom at the #1 destination for American gun owners. Enjoy an action-packed concealed carry expo May 17th through the 19th in Pittsburgh. Text EXPO to the number 87222 now for your discounted tickets and free t-shirt. That's EXPO to the number 87222.
Here's what's happening. Rabies baiting will take place in Columbiana and Mahoning counties next week. Oral vaccine baits will be dropped by airplane beginning Monday. The Department of Health says the baits aren't harmful, but if pets eat a lot of them, they may cause vomiting or diarrhea. Starting next week in Niles, the fire department will begin its annual check of all the fire hydrants in the city. It's part of the springtime flushing program. It'll begin Monday and last a few weeks. It also means customers could see some discoloration in their water. And the staff of the Mahoning County Dog Warden is going around checking licenses in Mahoning County. There's over 30,000 licensed dogs in the county. The check started Wednesday. The staff's going door to door. If no one answers the door, the office leaves a pink tag explaining dogs need a current license and how to get one. The random checks will continue through summer and fall. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 2. Cool your home for summer. Call Maz's Air Conditioning in Girard. 330-545-6063. Your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Scattered clouds this afternoon, a high near 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low 63. Sunday, partly sunny, warm and gusty. Chance of a shower, maybe a thunderstorm late Sunday with a high 83. Sunday night, showers, a low 63. And partly sunny on Monday with a high in the low 70s.
Hi, Don Perkins from A1 Concrete Leveling and Foundation Repair here. Has unpredictable freeze-thaw winter weather wreaked havoc on your concrete? Settling, cracking, hollow spots are all signs of voids beneath your concrete. A1 offers a full line of concrete services: brazing, leveling, pressure washing, caulking, or replacement. From sidewalks to airport runways, residential, commercial, and industrial solutions. Estimates are free. Call 330-788-2700. Ask about our 0% 12-month same-as-cash program.
Summit Racing Equipment presents the Hot Rod Super Nationals at the Kentfield Fairgrounds, July 5th through the 7th. Classic and late model muscle cars, hot rods, trucks, and motorcycles. Bitchin' rides will be there, plus Optimus Prime replicas, FMX stunt team, and more. Visit supernats.com.
Fairway Ford is the #1 F-Series truck dealer in the entire region. We sell more because we have over 300 Ford trucks available. See us at fairwayfordohio.com or 330-533-FORD. Fairway, that's the way we do business.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Experts warn of a stock market crash any day now, and you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings again. But you don't have to lose a penny. There's a better, safer way to save for retirement, and you can learn about it in a free report. This method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
Credit products are issued by WebBank, member FDIC. Rates and terms vary based on credit history. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Funds are deposited for delivery next business day if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Offer valid for loan products 90 days after today. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
Have you longed for a simpler life? Imagine how simple life would be if you just had one bill every month. It's that kind of simplicity Avant can help you find with a debt consolidation loan. Pay off your bills and have just one fixed rate payment. It takes just minutes to apply online. And depending on approval, you could have your money sent the next business day, from $2,000 to $35,000. And because Avant is accredited by the Better Business Bureau, life is not only simpler, but in hands you can trust.
Simplify your life with a debt consolidation loan through Avant. Plus, get a free $50 Amazon gift card after your first payment is made on time. To check your loan options and get this free offer, go to Avant.com and enter code 3737 when applying. Avant.com, code 3737. That's Avant.com, code 3737.
Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charlie's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charlie's.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I'm Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and this is your Saturday show. Things to talk about what's going on and what you might have interest in the tech world, business world, science, physics, the whole thing. Talking about side hustles, I got some additional ones to talk about here. And these are things that, like I said, they can be pursued into like a full-time gig or a major gig, even if you do start off with just kind of dabbling. So here's ones that's just published over an Entrepreneur magazine. Number one, we already went over with selling items on social media or eBay. The next one would be drive for Uber or Lyft. So let's just say you have a car and a driver's license and insurance, and you've got some time instead of sitting on the couch watching something. You're like, hey, I'm going to commit myself a couple hours a week to sit in a car and get paid to drive people around, right? See how that pans out. See if you can convert some of your free time. Because if you really look at how much productive time you spend, you're probably sort of, making lots of sacrifices and really not being able to enjoy even the time you think is free because of time that you end up wasting. And so maybe taking some of that wasted time, not your free time, not the time that you're spending with your family or that real valuable stuff, the time where you just really don't do much of anything and you wish you were doing something, driving for Uber or Lyft, you can pretty much do that anytime. And so maybe dabbling in using your vehicle to give, to take people around. Also, if you have a spare room, or if you buy cheaper properties, little duplexes or something like that, you can do Airbnb, which is a website that will publish your rooms for rent. And then when people are traveling or they need a place to stay for a little while, they pay a daily rate just like they would in a hotel to come and rent your space. You can pretty much set the parameters of what you make available, and there's some stipulations. You have to prepare the property for inspection and make sure that it's safe, and can't be that you just bought a place and it's got roaches everywhere and someone's going to rent it. But if you've got access to some property. I know some people who, when family passed away, they couldn't really figure out who was going to get what, and in the meantime, they decided to prepare the house and just let people use it while they figured out what they were going to sell, and it generated so much income off of it. They ended up keeping it as a family asset. Where it was, it was putting money into the, what's that thing called where the family assets are? Anyway, but it ends up putting it into instead of being a burden. And then they got plenty of time to figure out how they were going to split it amongst heirs. So that's that. And then here, you really, and this is a tough one because you've got to convince yourself that you know more than you think you do. And because all of us are so, varied in what we're good at, and what we know, there's always going to be a person that needs to know something that's rattling around in your head. So coaching and selling the information. I mean, there's a lot of people. Think of it this way: if you know something, and all of you do, all right, you just might not have the confidence to know that you know it. But I don't care if it's building a birdhouse or setting a mailbox in the ground or fixing a car or something like that. If you can get what you know as we'll say a YouTube video. This is the easiest way to do it because you go home one day, you're like, hey, I'm going to be working on my alternator, and maybe there's someone out there that needs help with their alternator. So I'm going to put the camera on it and put a light up so that people can see what I'm doing with the alternator, and then narrate myself with fixing the alternator. And I'm going to upload that video to YouTube, and I'm going to label it when you're changing an alternator. Because there's some dude like me who's never changed an alternator. Like, hey, I want to do my own alternator. Let me see if there's a video out there about changing an alternator. Well, you as the person who's doing the alternator, like, hey, I'm not exactly an expert at alternators, but if you successfully did the alternator, you don't have to claim that you're a professional at it to be able to set up a page that gets a viewer there to see you change an alternator. That could be absolutely helpful for someone who's never changed an alternator. But you can literally do that with anything. I mean, if you're cleaning out your vacuum cleaner, if you're sweeping your swimming pool, if you're doing literally anything, there's a person out there that doesn't know how to do that or doesn't have the ability. Stop talking yourself out of the stuff that that you have some expertise in. Put some content together, and honestly, it's one of those things where the topics that you think people would want to watch and listen to, they're so over competitive that even if you made content in those departments, it would just get washed out in the competitiveness of the market. But if you take something that you're like, no one will ever make a video, those are usually the ones that'll get 1 million views, and you would be like, wow, I can't believe it. Just like my whole, swing set thing. There are 1 million years I wouldn't think that somebody would come and take my swing set away from free if I just posed it as a question rather than assume that someone was going to charge me for it. Someone had value in it. Someone came and took it and rescued it and probably made use of it, where I was just going to get rid of it. All I had to do was declare to the interwebs that that's what I wanted to occur, and it just happened. And there was no ill will. They probably thought they got a great deal. Swing set for free. Yes, hon, free, not $20. It was free. I get it. Anyway, so that is the putting together channels to try to and really when you attract viewers to those pages, you can add. See, really what it is if you can put something interesting that attracts people to look at them. Let me just give you, and this isn't across the board, and it constantly changes. So let's just say that YouTube will offer you $10 per 2,000 viewers, right? So if you put up a video and you let them run ads on your videos and 2,000 people hit it, they'll send you $10. Now, I don't know if that's the accurate, an accurate payout scheme. I haven't gotten a check from YouTube ever. It's just based on what I've read. But let's just say the ratio is that, well, if you can put videos together regularly, they can get 2,000 or 3,000, and each one of them is generating, $20 per 2,000 or $10 per 2,000. You can make a little side hustle by just videotaping the things that you're doing already, putting on a YouTube channel, and harvesting some of the popularity of the topics that you're able to put out there. You don't have to stage it. You don't have to do something that you wouldn't otherwise be doing. Just kind of pay attention to useful things that doesn't even have to take a whole large part of your brain. Just something that you're doing that you have consideration that somebody out there might not know how to do. And if you can put that content together, and if you can narrate it well and you can make it interesting enough to watch, I mean, it's a practice like nothing else, or just like anything else. So if you do it often enough, you'll know what you would sit there in front and watch. I put up with a lot of annoying people watching YouTube videos while they're showing me how to do something. So it's not even you have to be all that clever or all that well-spoken, or your photography skills don't even all have to be that great. If it's interesting enough and somebody would ever type it in and search for it, they can find their way at your videos, and then you can have a small side hustle based on the content you can put on YouTube. Services on Fiverr. Okay, Fiverr is a website that basically subcontracts creative design services for other people. So if you can do logos, or you can do animations, or you can build websites or whatever, you can put your services on there and let people that have a job come to you. Now, it's not a ton of money, so this is not meant to replace the true consulting work that a professional would do. But if you wanted to just dabble on the side and you wanted something to deliver some work to you from time to time, somebody needs a logo, you're good at logos, and when you got some free time, you'll take on some extra work and get paid $20 or $30 or $50. You set the prices. They call it Fiverr because most of the services, they try to make a service or two at the $5 level so people can trial out the talent. And then once they've used you a little bit, then you can offer services that are like $30 and $50 after they get that's to get you in the door. And then the real services are at like $40, $50. But that's a nice little side hustle. So if you wanted to learn Photoshop just well enough to make logos, or you wanted to do a 3D animator that just did logos, or you wanted to do some of the Adobe products just to make this, and you could go to YouTube, right? Type in how to create logos in blah blah blah. Spend a couple weeks learning how to make blah 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 logos, and then go on Fiverr and then do that for some people. So it's all connected, right? You can learn how to do it from other people. And then once you've done it, then you can make a video about how to make money on Fiverr by watching YouTube videos. And you see how this big, loop comes into effect where you could use this digital stuff to make an endless supply of residual income. Oh, I just even hate the fact that I said those words, but it is what it is. Tutoring. Okay, so again, we have a whole, no matter where you're at, I don't care if you're 10 years old and I don't care if you're 90 years old, there's always going to be someone who doesn't know what you know right now, right? When it comes to anything. I mean, if you wanted to do tech work, for instance, because it doesn't take a whole lot of specialization to get into the computer industry. I mean, every applicant that sits in front of me says, I built my own computer, and they think they're ready to go in the tech world, right? But there's 1,000 of those little things in tech, like installing a printer. Have you ever done that before? Well, you can tutor someone or show someone or offer the services of someone of doing computer work or doing printer installation work and market yourself as someone who's really good at X. And then you can expand your services down the road. But you can start very specialized with something. And I bring up tutor because there are a lot of people who, let's just say they do, they like taking pictures, right? And so for you to come over, then pay them to do their pictures for them, they want to know how to do their pictures for them. So to have someone who knows how to install a printer, and bad example, but someone who wants to know how to do a printer, but they don't want you to set up their printer. They want you to show them how to set up their printer, right? That's more valuable to them. So it's the same thing to you. You're doing the exact same thing as if you were installing a printer. You're just taking a little extra time and narrating what you're doing as it's happening. So you're like, I am taking the printer out of the box. I am taking the cable. This cable plugs into the computer. This is the power. This is the power cable. These are the ink cartridges. Here's where you plug those in. This is where the paper goes. And you just narrate, and another person's like, oh, that's what that is. Every day that I'm in the field, I've been doing this for a really long time, I'll throw something out there that I think everybody knows. Like, hey, if you go to File Explorer and those little headers at the top that says, date and creation date, title or a file name and all those things. Did you know if you click on those headers out there, it will sort the files that are in that folder by whatever you clicked on? And if you click on it a second time, it'll reverse sort. So if you wanted to look by creation date, you hit the little header and it'll put them in order, the ones that you worked on most recently, right? You watch light bulbs come on people's eyes when you show them that because they had no idea that was even a thing. And they've been using computers forever. But on that moment, I take it for granted. So that you've probably got a million of those things that you just take for granted that you can tutor other people and show other people sort of like the tips and tricks of whatever specialty that you find yourself in. And I really think that there are very few specialties that are immune from you knowing something that the general public does not. And it's valuable because then you can show and teach people. Even if you don't do it publicly, you can do it one-on-one. So that's the one-on-one version of the YouTube videos, is you can help. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be the elderly. It just has to be a demographic that never has run into that. And if you find a group of people who haven't run into that, boom, you've got a little slide hustle going on. Because of how the internet has done for us. Like when we first started out, I was teaching classes. So I'd have to rent a room and buy a bunch of tables and nice tablecloths and nice chairs and set up computers on each one of them. And people would physically walk through my door and they'd sit in a seat and they'd pay $50 to be in that seat. And I would teach 20 people during a class. And I spent, 6 o'clock in the evening to 8 o'clock. So it was a 2-hour class. And that was training, right? Now, the physical people don't have to walk through the door. Like I could set up that same classroom, put camera and audio on me, a little microphone on my lapel, a video camera looking at what I'm doing, sharing the screen of what I'm doing, and I can teach the class and you can sit at home. So you can pay $50 to sit at home to watch my class and interact with me even. Talk with me. They can hear you on a speaker or my earpiece and interact. So what you could do is if you could set up a portion of your basement or your back room or something like that, set up a table, something that will photograph well, and you can actually do training out of there using Skype or YouTube and set up these private sessions where you can train people. And you might want to, and when I first started out training, there was 1 or 2 people that would show up at the classes, and I would do, it was almost one for one, and wouldn't make a whole lot of money on it. But as I got good at it, then more people would join these classrooms. And I was maxed out at 20 people in my classroom. The internet says that you're not maxed out. You can start teaching one person at $50 and make it worth your while, and then 2, and then 10, and then 100, and then exponential. What if 1 million people paying $50 showed up at one of your classes because you got really good at teaching? Now, that's probably not an everyday thing, but it's possible. I mean, the internet is not limited to how many people you can fit in and watch your training. So again, that's just another thing that you can use that magical black box in front of you, for an ebook. This is cool because when I was young, I wanted to write an actual book. And I wrote a manuscript and I sent it off to a bunch of publishers, and none of them took me up on it because I was a 12-year-old punk that barely could spell. And so, but an audiobook means that you don't have to have the blessing of anybody to be able to author a book. So if you've got something roll around your head, you think you're a pretty good author, you can go into Microsoft Word or in OpenOffice, write yourself a book, stick to a template from an audiobook manufacturer, and you can self-publish. And then, audiobooks don't take anything to produce. So someone will allow you, like Amazon will allow you to put your audiobook in their library, and if someone buys it, that's great. And if someone doesn't, there's no cost to it. You only just have the investment of creating the book. So I'm going to put audiobook/ebook together because one is just the audio version, and you can write the ebook first and then make an audiobook version of it, but then you can float that around. And there are a couple people that I know that actually self-published, did the ebook, and they physically, after they had the ebook, created some actual paperbacks or hardbacks. It's hard to convince me as a digital guy that there's any future in physical books. I mean, it's tough because just the trajectory of what I see is happening. But it's possible to do, and it's still, people buy books now. So if you're going to do that and it doesn't cost a whole lot, I think Amazon makes you only buy, 10 books. So you can get a whole thing produced where, you only have to buy an inventory of 10. But anyway, lots of different ideas here. So what today was our tournament day. So we had a gaming tournament downtown. So when during the next block here, I'll kind of share with you some of the how that went and what we have in the have in store for you in the future. If you want to get calls in, you can call me 330-729-9977. I'm going to check the text messages off after the next break and see if there's anything that needs relayed onto the program today. And I'll tell you, on this list that I was just reading to, I got to number 15, and some of them get kind of stupid where they're not pretty practical. They're not something that anybody can pick up. But the ones I shared with you, you could pretty much get started on tonight and get something going. I can't promise that anybody will pay you for it, but at least you could start putting a product together and dabbling and seeing if you have what it takes. So lots of good ideas for establishing a side hustle. I want all of you to at least try it. I mean, there's no harm in it whatsoever. Set it up as a little hobby and see if it has legs. All right, we're going to take a break. Come back, take some more of your phone calls, 330-729-9977, or text me, 333-1570. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. I'll be back.
Burnett Pool's financing event is happening right now. Take advantage of 0% APR for 60 months on all new hot tubs and above-ground swimming pools. Now's the time to own a hot spring spa, the world's #1 selling hot tub brand, or the perfect time to choose your new swimming pool. Visit Burnett Pool's locations in Cortland, Canfield, and Newcastle, or online at burnettpools.com. With low monthly payments on approved credit, it's easy to step into a new hot tub or above-ground pool.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
Add style and comfort to your home with a new Hunter ceiling fan and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Keep your room comfortable and well lit using Hunter ceiling fans with energy-efficient LEDs. They come in a wide variety of styles and finishes, and they're easy to install. Save now with 11% off all Hunter ceiling fans at Menards. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
What's more important than the safety and security of your family, your home, or your business? Holland Alarm Company has been protecting our valley for nearly 50 years with burglar and fire protection, video surveillance, personal emergency alert, card access, intercoms, and more. Holland Alarm Company is family-owned and operated with local monitoring and no long-term contracts for your convenience, safety, and peace of mind. Meet the pros against cons at HollandAlarm.com. HollandAlarm.com. They never sleep, so you can.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee, and you're even getting up at night to go. This is not okay. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate, the #1 prostate formula, are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. To celebrate, we're sending free bottles to men who want to cut down on bathroom trips. Yes, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Call 1-800-252-8940. P3 Advanced has clinically tested non-prescription ingredients to support your prostate. Combine that with a reduction in urges to pee, and you have a formula you'd be crazy not to try. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-252-8940. 1-800-252-8940. 1-800-252-8940.
The tire experts at Flynn's Tire and Auto Service make it easy to choose your next set of tires. Whether you're looking for great traction, a quiet ride, or just the lowest price, our experts will match you with the perfect tire to fit your needs, guaranteed. From now through June 30th, you can get up to $200 back when you buy a set of 4 select Goodyear tires on the Goodyear credit card. Visit our website at flynnstire.com or stop by any Flynn's Tire location today.
And tell them Denise sent you.
Offer subject to credit approval. See store for details.
We can give our children a strong economy and a clean environment. The future is in our hands. Fair and responsible energy reform for today and tomorrow. The Ohio Clean Air Program ensures more clean energy generated in Ohio by Ohioans for Ohio. By modernizing our environmental goals, we encourage the growth of Ohio-made energy from wind, solar, and other sources that reduce carbon dioxide in our air. And by investing at home, not in other states, we will create new jobs and a better economy, helping Ohio families and entrepreneurs. The Ohio Clean Air Program improves our environment, creates jobs, and lowers what you pay for electricity. It's time to reform Ohio's energy goals. Protect what's precious. Call your representative at 800-282-0253. Encourage them to support the Ohio Clean Air Program. Don't let out-of-state profiteers continue to steal Ohio's jobs and our children's future. Paid for by Generation Now, Inc.
Message and data rates may apply.
Earning your degree from one of the top business schools in the country might sound impossible to fit into your workload. But what if there were a business degree that furthered your career and gave you access to world-renowned faculty, leaders, and mentors, all on your schedule? One that opened doors to some of the most influential CEOs, tech companies, law firms, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. And what if you could earn that degree in as little as 16 months, 100% online? To find out more, text OFFER to 79645. That's OFFER to 79645. Start your online MBA, Information Management, or Business Analytics Master's Program from the W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University today. Learn more about the W.P. Carey Business Graduate Programs online. Text OFFER to 79645. That's OFFER to 79645.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee, and you're even getting up at night to go. This is not okay. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate, the #1 prostate formula, are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. To celebrate, we're sending free bottles to men who want to cut down on bathroom trips. Yes, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Call 1-800-252-8940. P3 Advanced has clinically tested non-prescription ingredients to support your prostate. Combine that with a reduction in urges to pee, and you have a formula you'd be crazy not to try. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-252-8940. 1-800-252-8940. 1-800-252-8940.
Hey, what year did you graduate? Class of 99, class of 2012, class of 88? Whatever year you graduated, there's a playlist just for you at graduationplaylist.com. Hearing a certain song, it can bring you right back to a moment in time. Smiles, tears, what was I thinking type of memories that pop into your head, but boom, you're right there. It's like a time machine, a music time machine. Listen to the music that was the soundtrack of your graduating class. Go to graduationplaylist.com, type in your year, and start reliving. From iHeartRadio. Try it for free now.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. We're talking about some side hustle stuff, some statistics from the interwebs a couple minutes ago. I wanted to see YouTube videos and what the bigger channels would expect, okay, or channels have accumulated. And so the top 10, this is kind of interesting because I want to give you an idea of what people, are subscribing to and are interested in. So the number one is a site called T-Series and has 98 million subscribers. So that's a pretty significant channel. All right, we're going to take a break. Come back, take some more of your phone calls. 330-729-9977. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be back.
Gulf Headquarters Superstore is finally here. Join us on Route 224 in Boardman for our grand reopening May 22nd through the 26th. Enjoy great deals and selection on men's and women's shoes, apparel, and clubs from Adidas, Callaway, Echo, FootJoy, G4, Jordan, Link Soul, Nike, Oakley, Ping, Puma, TaylorMade, Titleist, Travis Mathew, and many more. Our new state-of-the-art golf simulators and indoor putting green are a must-see for all avid golfers. Gulf Headquarters Superstore on 224 in Boardman. Same location, just bigger and better.
Hey people, are you paying attention? Are you looking for a truck to use like a truck? Then why would you spend big money on a new one and beat the out of it? This is Joe Fire from Fireball Motors. Be smarter and spend less money on a better truck. We specialize in non-rusty West Coast trucks from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s that are under 10 grand. We are located on Route 422, just an eighth mile from the PA border, or online at fireballtrucks.com. And remember, Fireball means four-wheel drive.
On AM and thousands of devices, including Amazon Echo, Google Home, and Sonos. With our iHeartRadio app, 570 WKBN, Youngstown. It's 2 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Happening now in Philadelphia, former Vice President Joe Biden just taking to the stage, officially launching his campaign in the birthplace of American democracy, saying, "Hello, Philadelphia." His speech today is expected to center on unity. Democratic candidate Bernie Sanders is campaigning in South Carolina today. Retired General David Petraeus telling ABC's Martha Raddatz in an exclusive interview on This Week that Iran must be careful not to overplay their hand. Petraeus says the Trump administration could act more forcefully to Iranian aggression than past administrations.
This is where having President Trump in the White House, frankly, has to give them some degree of pause.
The full interview airs Sunday. Missouri is the latest state to pass legislation with tougher restrictions on abortion. Missouri's House and Senate passing a bill that bans abortions after 8 weeks of pregnancy. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has more on how the recent laws are shaping up to turn into legal battles.
All of it leading to having the law challenged and reach the Supreme Court, where the new balance of power could overturn Roe versus Wade or dramatically change the landmark decision which declared abortion legal.
The Treasury Department missing another deadline issued by the House Ways and Means Committee chair to hand over the president's tax returns. That occurred on Friday. ABC's David Wright says the Trump administration has decided not to fulfill those requests from Congress on several investigations.
The stance that the White House has taken is that Congress is on a continued witch hunt, and the Democrats in Congress are intent on manufacturing trouble and harassing the president. Congress, however, asserts its right to oversight here, and ultimately all of this will come down probably to various court cases in which the courts will be asked to decide who has the authority here, Congress to subpoena or the president to claim privilege.
You're listening to ABC News.
Here's what's happening. Rabies baiting will take place in Columbiana and Mahoning counties next week. Oral vaccine baits will be dropped by airplane beginning Monday. The Department of Health says the baits aren't harmful, but if pets eat a lot of them, they may cause vomiting or diarrhea. Starting next week in Niles, the fire department will begin its annual check of all the fire hydrants in the city. It's part of the springtime flushing program. It'll begin Monday and last a few weeks. It also means customers could see some discoloration in their water. Hoping to attract more people to the area, there are plans in place to revamp some of the buildings in downtown Lisbon. The Lisbon Architectural and Review Board approved upgrades to 5 property owners. Several other businesses are in the process of renovations. And the staff of the Mahoning County Dog Warden is going around checking licenses in Mahoning County. There's over 30,000 licensed dogs in the county. The check started Wednesday. The staff's going door to door. If no one answers the door, the office leaves a pink tag explaining dogs need a current license and how to get one. The random checks will continue through summer and fall. In sports, Baltimore beat the Indians 5-1 both again today. 3:35 on News Radio 570 WKBN. Pirates over San Diego 5-3. College baseball, Milwaukee beat YSU 5-4. High school softball, champions shut out Crestview 14-0. In high school baseball, after losing to Hubbard 11-10 in the District 2 sectionals earlier in the week, the Poland baseball team is back in the tournament. The OHSAA disqualified Hubbard for a violation of rules. According to the OHSAA, Hubbard violated a bylaw 921 that prohibits teams from missing school to play games in non-bordering states. 27 First News says Hubbard apparently did back in March when they played 5 games in Tennessee. And the 144th Preakness Stakes happens today. Post time 6:45. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 2:30. Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charlie's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charlie's. Need an AC checkup? Call Mazda's Air Conditioning in Girard, 330-545-6063. Your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Scattered clouds this afternoon, a high near 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low 63. Sunday, partly sunny, warm and gusty. Chance of a shower, maybe a thunderstorm late Sunday with a high 83. Sunday night, showers, a low 63. And partly sunny on a Monday with a high in the low 70s.
Hi, folks. Scott Jones here from Youngstown Propane Fireplace and Patio. Ready to kick off another spring outdoor grilling season. As always, we've got all the best names like Weber, the All-American-made MHP grill, the charcoal-burning Big Green Egg, and the new Rogue by Napoleon, which is exclusive to Youngstown Propane, an absolute must-see. And for a limited time, assembly and delivery is absolutely free. 37 years in the Valley, get your grill from the pros at YoPro. That's Youngstown Propane Fireplace and Patio on Route 224 in Canfield.
It's the model year closeout at General RV in North Canton. We must make room for new 2020 models rolling in. So this Wednesday to Sunday, we're closing out hundreds of RVs. Last year's models must go. We've knocked down prices on motorhomes, trailers, and fifth wheels. You'll save thousands with these unbeatable discounts. Shop the model year closeout and save more on the RV of your dreams. This Wednesday to Sunday at General RV in North Canton off I-77.
From America's best-selling automobile to the world's toughest trucks, there's a reason why customers are driving from Youngstown, Boardman, Austintown, Hermitage, even Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So come and find out for yourself at our all-new state-of-the-art facility on Route 46. See you at Toyota of Warren.
For lunch and special occasions, it's Overture's Restaurant with chef extraordinaire Jeff Crystal, downtown next to the Dior Performing Arts Center.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer. This is what we get to do here on Saturdays. Talked a full hour about spending some of your time to make some side hustle money. Now let's get into some newsy type of stuff, the stuff I've accumulated that I wanted to talk about. Now, I want to tell you this. I get fined every time I mention Tesla here. And so I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about Tesla, and I'm going to get it all out at one time so that I think it's one fine. I think I get a $100 fine every time I mention it. So here's what I'll do. the saga that those of you who have been following me on Facebook, Ohio really beat the crap out of my car this last couple weeks. First, a rock got thrown up into a windshield, and the Teslas they are completely managed by sensors and cameras. And so it's not as simple as just taking your car in and getting a windshield replaced, because the cameras have to be calibrated after the windshield's in, right? So I got a rock thrown up, and then I was just like, I was annoyed, like it was nobody's business. Because typically it's a no-brainer. It's an easy thing. You live in Ohio long enough, you get chips out of your window, you get them fixed. But it happened on like a Friday, and by Monday it was like a 12-inch crack across my window. Second thing that happened was I hit a pothole. So I was going down Southern Boulevard, and there is a monster pothole on Southern Boulevard, and I couldn't get to there was a car coming in the opposite direction. So I had two choices: hit pothole or hit car, and I chose hit pothole. And it was a monster. It tore up both right side tires and both right side wheels. And so again, specialized equipment where there's no hubs or no lugs to take off and just change your tire. So you just have to call Tesla, and they come and take your car away, and they, flighted it down to Pittsburgh for service. And so now I had a windshield that was cracked. I had two wheels that were toast. And so I had to get, I was out of commission on the Tesla here for a little bit. So again, I'm going to use up this whole Tesla talk time here to talk about SpaceX at the same time, because I don't know if I get fined $100 for talking about SpaceX, even though they're kind of connected. But earlier this week, one of their Falcon Heavy launches were supposed to go down, where they were going to launch 60 satellites. So, and I'm under this impression that Elon Musk has both Tesla and SpaceX. I think the bigger producer of the two eventually are going to be SpaceX. I think it's going to be a more heavy revenue generator. Tesla right now is, but I mean, I think they did 60 launches already this year for different agencies. So the government's giving them some work. Private, companies are giving them some work. Boeing's giving them some work. So they're launching all these satellites into space. But this weekend interested me because they're launching 60 of these mini satellites in low Earth orbit. And the goal for these satellites is to have internet access for hard-to-reach areas. So instead of stringing fiber optics across the country, and instead of doing coaxial and doing internet that way, we're going to see if we can accomplish it using satellites, right? Which totally could do it, totally is possible. I think the grid that they're talking about are thousands of these low Earth orbit satellites that work in this network to give you complete global coverage of internet. So this is what I'm thinking. This is this weekend, or I think it's 7 days from Thursday. So it'll be next Thursday. They're going to try this Falcon Heavy launch again. 60 of these satellites are going to go up into low Earth orbit. They're going to test out to see if the network, if it's sustainable. They're going to, every launch, keep adding more of these satellites. Now, I was thinking about this, like all of these Tesla vehicles are all using LTE to send their data up, right? So Tesla's paying a monthly fee to connect my car up to their network through some cellular provider. I don't even know who's fielding it out. But the reason I think that it's happening in this order is because that's probably a pretty pricey thing to be able to, have that service long term, where you have data service on these cars as they produce more and more. That's a big, that's the big chunk of change. Where if they have their own internet connection network and their cars are talking to their own satellites, and at the same time they can sell the internet to private companies and in rural areas and whatnot, I think that might be another cost savings on the Tesla end, and also a revenue generator for the rest of us. And it really helps because you have underdeveloped nations that the satellites are still going to be flying over, whether or not they're going to have access to this global network of internet. So it's a game changer, especially in remote places where they can't run physical infrastructure, that satellites were any other company could not pull off what Tesla and what SpaceX are attempting to do. And that's what's exciting about this company, and that's why I talk about them so often, is that if you want to see the stuff that's going to happen next, you got to take really big stock into what this guy's doing and how it connects with other things, because there's going to be a lot of what we do in the next decade that's sitting on the technologies that right now we're trying to figure out what's happening. So I'm an enamored viewer. I've got a certain affinity for this kind of stuff anyway, but this is like really where things are going. moon travel. I just saw that the NASA gave I think it was a couple $1 million contract to SpaceX and some other company to be able to put together some kind of lunar lander. And there might be some legitimacy going back to the moon. There might be another reason why we should get there. I mean, at least, having the public fall back in love with the space program. I mean, we really did love it. It was a big challenge to us, and we love our challenges here. And without the NASA or the space program doing much of anything that, even makes the news, they've been beat up over the last decade or so. So I hope that this reinvigorates, because it's really exciting stuff. And I know that, Elon Musk, he's just the guy that wants to go to Mars, and we can't find a real good reason to even, entertain that kind of stuff, because we can't see the long-term value in it. I'm just saying there is long-term value, and it's going to get exciting. And if you're going to have to be annoyed with me just a little bit while I talk about it and sort of relish in that long-term thinking. So 330-729-9977. Let's go to Tom. Tom, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm having an issue with the video display on my computer. It started up here about a week ago, off and on. What it does, it boots up and comes up to the splash screen. Usually I click on this rectangular box, and that goes right to my desktop. When I do that, it goes to black screen. I thought it was my video card because I put on there, so I took that out and I put a VGA cable in. Does the same thing. I can bring up Task Manager with Control-Alt-Delete, and I can do a restart on it. And Windows is working, because the last time I did it this morning, it asked me if I wanted to restart with an update, which it took. But I'm getting a black screen. Instead of going to the desktop, it goes to black screen. And it's running Windows 10. It was a Windows 7 machine when I bought it, and I upgraded to the Windows 10 option.
All right, I'm thinking that it might be that the actual shell, the interface, isn't loading. If you say Windows is loading, then it's getting to a certain point, but without displaying the desktop. If you Control-Delete and you can get to Task Manager, can you switch into an account rather than load the standard? Would allow you to switch users. I mean,
change users.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only one as me, but I hit that and it does the same thing. It goes back. Something does different it didn't do before. When it comes up to that first splash screen, usually I get a box. It comes up and it's got the circles with the dots going on like the old hourglass, and then it goes to black screen.
Have you tried safe mode? Try to bypass all the startup apps?
I have a hard time getting that. I found the startup for some reason. I usually do, but for some reason I can't get running in the safe mode. I'm hitting the F8 key.
Yeah,
it's still F8, right?
Yes. And so basically what I think might be happening is basically what I do is, since you're getting to Task Manager, I'd probably go through the Processes tab and try to close a couple of them out to see if one of them might be hanging up. I mean, go through the process, you pull all your USB sticks, make sure there's not anything, hanging up the progression of the desktop loading, and then go into processes and try to close out some non-Microsoft ones to see if maybe there's a process that's hanging up the desktop from completely loading.
Yeah.
And then
safe mode, is there a way to step through your boot?
Good question. Windows 10, I haven't done it in a while. I'll have to look that up during the next break and find out if there is, because you were talking about step-by-step confirmation.
Yeah.
I'll have to look to see if that's even
an error if I did it that way.
Yeah, if you can get to it, that would definitely do it. Be a good idea, so you can see what's trying to load, and if you don't recognize it, you can deny it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate the phone call. And so, next break, I'm going to actually look that up. But so the process of getting into the profile. So I'm thinking three things when you can't get to your desktop. One, your profile is broke. Two, an application is hung up and not allowing the boot to happen. Or there's a piece of hardware that's talking that shouldn't be talking, and it's taking up all of the taking up the processor's time and not letting it finish. So those three things. Thanks for the phone call, Tom. Appreciate it. And let me get back to my notes here real quick, and let's go on to the gaming tournament that we had earlier today. So later this week, there's going to be some news articles about what Youngstown Computer and Youngstown Studio is doing downtown. And I guess we really encapsulated this really well. And I think we've got a really good start on what we're trying to accomplish here. So gaming in bigger markets than us, like Cleveland and Pittsburgh, they've sort of rolled out so that kids in schools compete just like they do in regular athletics, baseball, soccer, football, that kind of thing. And they've opened that up so that electronic gaming, electronic athletics is a thing. Okay, and so the schools compete against one another. They strategize, they practice, they have different games, they have different rules, and so on and so forth. And there are a lot of people in the Youngstown area that game sort of like, just on their own. If they don't do it for money or they don't do it for in a competitive sense, they just do it with friends and they have LAN parties and it's kind of fun, whatnot. But there's a host of that younger generation that if you ask them, what do you want to do for a living? They either want to develop video games or they want to play video games for a living. They dedicate a lot of their time at, getting good at these games. I want to basically see if we have the ability to give a platform to this generation to be able to have Youngstown have its own tournament. And if it was easy, it would already be done. So I know for a fact that it's going to take some time and effort and some prodding to be able to get people on board with this. Fortunately, every conversation that I've had with every school, with every person, is in the positive. Everybody plays these games. They like these games. And if somebody can organize it so that they can do it from a practical standpoint, every parent out there thinks that their kid's going to go play video games and they're not going to make any money doing it. So they don't want to waste time. Pursuing that is something that's profound. It even took me a while to wrap my head around whether or not this was an endeavor that was worth doing. On the other side of it, am I setting someone up so that they're going to pursue something and struggle because they pursued it, or is it something that is going to be a real thing? And I think especially if you got a group of people that we can put games in front of them, they can compete, they can get good at it, they can win trophies, they can win prize money, they can go around the country and compete. I mean, I think if they're already doing it, why not have us, involved? And so that was my goal here, is to put tournaments in play. And there's two sides of this. I mean, I've got to put together a product that we can be proud of, that when you take what we do, it compares with what they're doing in bigger deals. And there's a learning curve for me. I don't want to run a tournament and then be terrible at it, or not see that there was an exploit or someone was cheating or not have the right equipment or, promote it the wrong way, and then it just be an embarrassment. So I'm doing due diligence, and I'm kind of using the friendly people who we've come across to give me good guidance onto how I should roll this thing out. So we did a Super Mario Brothers tournament. We had some people show up and shared a lot of insight on how we should do it. And then the second iteration was we did a Tecmo Bowl tournament, invited some people down here, and we made that process of the brackets a little bit better. And then we did a third one with the Super Mario Brothers again, and we even made it a little bit different and a little bit better. And each time I got a little bit more confident in how we're doing these tournaments to make it fair and so that it's worth the time of taking the day and investing in. Now it's a matter of scaling, where I want to add a little bit more people and make sure that my processes don't break down. So we've got two guys, Justin and Dino. This is sort of like the training thing, where when I first started doing it, I had these like loyalists that would show up at every training thing. No matter what the topic was, they would always show up. They would take every class that I had to offer, and it was amazing. Gave me so much confidence to be able to show up and do my thing. But anyway, these guys have showed up and supported everything that we've done up to this point, and they've shared with me their insights on it. And I've asked them, what games they like playing and what kind of consoles or versus PC versus these legacy boxes and what they have preference for. And I think the gaming spirit is that if you know the game, it really don't care what you play it on. So when I pick an actual, PC versus console versus whatever, I think that's the game is going to lead me what it ends up being. So the next one is probably going to be, PC gamers. They bring their own computers with them. All you do is supply the network, the connection, the game server, and then you let them go wild. So I think the next tournament over this summer, I'm going to do a PC game. That way I don't have to buy all of the equipment. It gives me a little bit of a head start. Where if I have to go consoles, I don't necessarily think gamers lug their consoles around. They show up and play the game. So that would be a next best step for me. But it was great. We played Super Mario Brothers. Justin was our winner today. He's actually won 2 of our tournaments, $100 winners both times. So pretty cool. Anyway, if you have any questions, you want to get on the program, 330-729-9977. I'm going to read some text messages when we get back. You can text me at 333-1570. You are listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be back.
iHeartRadio presents the podcast premiere event of Sleepwalkers.
Technology is changing our lives in ways we don't even notice.
There's 2.2 billion people who use Facebook. That's about the size of Christianity. There's 1.9 billion people who use YouTube. That's about the size of Islam.
On Sleepwalkers, we dive deep into the AI revolution and find out what it means for our future with the people who are building it. What effect is it having on us?
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-1509. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-1509. That's 800-555-1509. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. 800-555-1509.
Great planting beds start with fresh mulch from Altiers Home and Garden Center. Start with Altiers' very popular double-shredded brown mulch or their color-enhanced double-shredded mulch in black, brown, and red tones. Now is also the time to start prepping your garden soil. Altiers makes it easy with leaf compost or mushroom compost. Haul the mulch or compost yourself or ask Altiers about their same-day delivery. Call today, get it today. Open 7 days a week. Altiers Home and Garden Center, South Avenue at the corner of McClurg Road in Boardman.
Update your home with Mohawk ceramic and porcelain tiles and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Mohawk ceramic and porcelain tiles are beautiful and durable. They're easy to maintain and add style to any room in your home. Check out our huge selection to fit the right style for your home. Right now, save on all Mohawk ceramic and porcelain tiles with 11% off everything at Menards. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
For over 40 years, Bronx RV has been a family-owned and operated local business. If you're looking to go camping in the great outdoors or you're just wanting a home away from home, Bronx RV has a great selection of new and used RVs. Bronx RV provides simple yet competitive pricing and offers a full parts and service department. Bronx RV pays top dollar for trade-ins and gives you the freedom to browse at their location on Route 45, just 4 miles north of Salem. Go to Bronx.com today to check out their inventory.
Message and data rates may apply. Earning your degree from one of the top business schools in the country might sound impossible to fit into your workload. But what if there were a business degree that furthered your career and gave you access to world-renowned faculty, leaders, and mentors, all on your schedule? One that opened doors to some of the most influential CEOs, tech companies, law firms, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. And what if you could earn that degree in as little as 16 months, 100% online? To find out more, text OFFER to 79645. That's OFFER to 79645. Start your online MBA, Information Management, or Business Analytics Master's Program from the W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University today. Learn more about the W.P. Carey Business Graduate Programs online. Text OFFER to 79645. That's OFFER to 79645.
The tire experts at Flynn's Tire and Auto Service make it easy to choose your next set of tires. Whether you're looking for great traction, a quiet ride, or just the lowest price, our experts will match you with the perfect tire to fit your needs, guaranteed. From now through June 30th, you can get up to $200 back when you buy a set of 4 select Goodyear tires on the Goodyear credit card. Visit our website at flynnstire.com or stop by any Flynn's Tire location today.
And tell them Vinny sent you.
Offer subject to credit approval. See store for details.
Groover Roofing and Siding, locally owned and operated since 1995. From roofing to siding to windows to chimney and gutter repair, Groover Roofing and Siding was built on a reputation of commitment to customer satisfaction and quality products, making Groover the Valley's leader in renovation and restoration. Groover Roofing and Siding, your home improvement specialists. Learn more now at grooverroofingandsiding.com.
Ready to create your own income with your own home-based business where there's no such thing as getting laid off? If a billionaire entrepreneur spent 5 years and $20 million searching for the next big trend, wouldn't you want to know what he found? If you're serious about making money from home without having to leave home, then write this down. www.goherenext.com. You decide your income. Get the facts now. GoHereNext.com.
The following is an emergency announcement from Skechers. You're paying too much for shoes. $175 for Nike or Adidas? That's a national disaster. You don't have to pay a lot for world-class performance and comfort. Edward Cheserek just had the 5K world record wearing Skechers. I could go on, but you need to hear about comfort. They've got Skechers exclusive air-cooled memory foam footbeds across their lineup. You'll feel like you're walking on clouds for less. Find Skechers at a Skechers store near you or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer. A couple text messages, 2 of them saying exactly the same thing, came in back to back. Why do you get fined for mentioning Tesla? And I don't really get fined, but I take some social barbs from people who know me that say that I mention it far too often on this program, like I'm Tesla obsessed. And it's more that they make fun of me and take it out of my hide a little bit. So I don't actually get FCC fined or station fined. So I'm sorry I didn't make that more clear than I did. But I try to get that so that I don't mention it every show, because I could. Things happen every week that I learn about it, so I could mention it every week, and then people make fun of me for mentioning it so often. So hope I answered your question there. And during the break, I did look up, and yes, there is step-by-step confirmation if you do the, I believe it's when you do the safe mode, when you do F8 or you do 2 consecutive failures, it'll go up to the repair screen or troubleshoot screen, and you can go to advanced options and pick the safe mode option. You can reset the PC and have all of your safe mode stuff from there. And I guess to end that last section, if you can't get it so that it's not a process that's hanging you up, it might be that the profile is. So you might, in the end, I mean, if you get into safe mode, you can get to a desktop and you can create a new profile. Because sometimes profiles get broken. You just can't get into your profile. You create a brand new fresh one. You can get into the fresh one and then migrate your stuff from the broken one over. But if not, you reset the PC, keep your files, and then you got a new installation of Windows. All right, we're going to take another break. If you want to text me, 333-1570 is that text number, and I'll make sure I read those on the air. Or you can call 330-729-9977. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be back.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Experts warn of a stock market crash any day now, and you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings again. But you don't have to lose a penny. There's a better, safer way to save for retirement, and you can learn about it in a free report. This method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
Here's what's happening. Rabies baiting will take place in Columbiana and Mahoning counties next week. Oral vaccine baits will be dropped by airplane beginning Monday. The Department of Health says the baits aren't harmful, but if pets eat a lot of them, they may cause vomiting or diarrhea. Starting next week in Niles, the fire department will begin its annual check of all the fire hydrants in the city. It's part of the springtime flushing program. It'll begin Monday and last a few weeks. It also means customers could see some discoloration in their water. And the staff of the Mahoning County Dog Warden is going around checking licenses in Mahoning County. There's over 30,000 licensed dogs in the county. The check started Wednesday. The staff's going door to door. If no one answers the door, the office leaves a pink tag explaining dogs need a current license and how to get one. The random checks will continue through summer and fall. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 3. for your home or business. Call Mazza's Heating and AC in Girard, 330-545-6063. Your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Scattered clouds this afternoon, a high near 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low 63. Sunday, partly sunny, warm and gusty. Chance of a shower, maybe a thunderstorm late Sunday with a high 83. Sunday night, showers, a low 63. And partly sunny on a Monday with a high in the low 70s.
Ducut Toro and you, the best team for a great lawn. Toro is one of America's top lawnmower brands. What a great teammate to have. Ducut has dependable Toro walk-behind mowers starting at only $269. Backed by Ducut's expert parts and service, why shop anywhere else? Visit Ducut today to see the full Toro lineup, proudly serving the Mahoning Valley for 72 years. Ducut Warren and Canfield.
Let yourself go to Ducat.
The Scrappers kick off the 2019 season on Sunday, June 16th. Tickets are on sale now, including the opening day package with 4 tickets, a $20 gift card to Quaker Steak and Lube, and $10 in gift cards from Hot Head Burritos for only $44. For more info, call the Scrappers at 330-505-0000 or visit mvscrappers.com. That's mvscrappers.com. The Scrappers 2019 season is presented by the Eastwood Mall Complex. Scrappers Baseball, baseball with bite.
Credit products are issued by WebBank member FDIC. Rates and terms vary based on credit history. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Funds are deposited for delivery next business day if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Offer valid for loan products 90 days after today. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
Have you longed for a simpler life? Imagine how simple life would be if you just had one bill every month. It's that kind of simplicity Avant can help you find with a debt consolidation loan. Pay off your bills and have just one fixed rate payment. It takes just minutes to apply online. And depending on approval, you could have your money sent the next business day, from $2,000 to $35,000. And because Avant is accredited by the Better Business Bureau, life is not only simpler, but in hands you can trust.
Simplify your life with a debt consolidation loan through Avant. Plus, get a free $50 Amazon gift card after your first payment is made on time. To check your loan options and get this free offer, go to Avant.com and enter code 3737 when applying. Avant.com, code 3737. That's Avant.com, code 3737.
Did you know that there is a new victim of identity theft every 2 seconds? It means a criminal could be spending your money, applying for loans in your name, and even damaging your good credit, all without you even knowing. It's a good thing there's LifeLock identity theft protection. LifeLock uses proprietary technology to detect and alert you to a wide range of identity threats, like your social security number for sale on the dark web. And if you do have an issue involving identity theft, one of LifeLock's identity restoration specialists is going to work with you to fix it. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, you get identity theft protection and additional features to help protect your devices against cyber threats for as low as $9.99 a month. So visit LifeLock.com now. Use promo code RUSH. Save an extra 10% off your first year. That's LifeLock.com. And don't forget the name Rush as the promo code.
Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charlie's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charlie's.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer. This is kind of silly, this thing that happened to me this week. So I had my phone in the center console, and my shifter, when I'd put it in a gear or put it in park, I would always find my phone like being pushed up against the center console. And I don't know if I was just being forceful one day, and I really put some leverage on it. My phone was sitting there, and this was a couple months ago, and I got like 4 cracks across the screen of my phone. And I was severely annoyed by the fact that I just broke my screen and it was going to be $250. So I basically put up with it for a couple months because I just did not want to go do screen replacements. I hate when I have a screen that's cracked, but I had a screen protector on it. So when I rolled my finger over it, I didn't feel any of the scratches. I could just use it as normal. The digitizer wasn't messed up, and so I was able to use it. But I saw it every stinking day. And you know when you peek over someone's shoulder and you see that their phone's cracked? I can't believe someone looks at some of those spider cracks and uses their phone every day. So it annoys me. Anyway, people ask me all the time where you get the screens serviced. And we dabbled in doing screen repairs for a while, and it really takes someone kind of to know what they're doing, to do it well, so they can make a living doing it. I mean, our guys could do it, but by the time you pay them for all the time it takes to do it, we just weren't able to ever make any money off of it. It was more because of our skill set, not necessarily because it can't be done. But there's a company, and I don't like saying their name because I just don't like it. So BAP is a place over in Boardman that does screen repairs, and they treated me really, really well. So I did want to make mention to them that they took care of me when, I could have went in there and said I need my screen replaced, because here's the stupid part of it. My screen didn't get cracked. So for 2 months, it was just the screen protector that got cracked, and it looked like the screen was cracked. So I ran around with this stupid crack on my screen that made me crazy for months, and here it was just a little piece of plastic that was protecting the screen. Anyway, I walked in there, handed it to them, and I was like, yeah, I got to pay, I got to do the screen. And they're like, are you sure? And they peeled the little plastic thing off, and phone is brand new now. So thanks to them for taking care of me and not, because they could have very easily took it in the back room, noticed that it wasn't, brought it back out and said, okay, your screen's fixed, but they didn't. And I really do appreciate when people get treated like that. So the answer is, if anybody does screen repair, I'd very happily refer them to BAP, Broke the Phone of in Boardman. They took, like I said, they did a really good job. Question on text message. Joe, from what you say about Tesla with the maintenance, repair, and procedures, it sounds like it's pretty delicate and a pain in the butt vehicle that I'd want no part of. And you're probably right. And sometimes I wonder too, when you have someone who in this area gets a supercar like a Lamborghini or whatever, and you just know that this thing sits about 3/4 of an inch off of the ground. With the roads that we have in here, with the beating that they take, how would a supercar survive in an area where the weather makes the roads as rough as they are? So every time I see one of those cars, I think, yeah, you're taking a big risk driving that around Ohio. It's sort of the same thing. I mean, it is a cellular, a smartphone on wheels, and so it is delicate, and it's more computer than it is car. And so, yeah, you're taking the risk if there's going to be higher maintenance costs on maintaining the technology, not necessarily maintaining the mechanisms, because where it doesn't have an engine that needs to have work on, it doesn't have any of the mechanics that that the rest of your car. So everything that would you'd be spending in the internal combustion engine that you don't have to do anything, no oil changes, that kind of stuff, it ends up getting reworked in a more more expensive, more technical part of the maintenance of the car. So I don't necessarily think it would be a cost savings. It's just going to be a different working of the investment, the maintenance cost goes. So I will agree with you. There's some people who aren't going to want to touch it because it's going to be something that, you're going to have lots of plan Bs around, like running out of battery power or a flat tire. I mean, we're just all so used to it that you've got the flat tire is either underneath the frame or it's in the trunk, right? So you pop a flat tire, you pull out the stupid, way shorter than it needs to be breaker bar, break the lugs loose, put your temporary or your tire on there, and then you could drive around and at least get somewhere. What happens when you go over to a flat tire in a Tesla and there's not a hub and there's not a breaker bar and there's nothing to do except for look at a flat tire and say, I guess I should have figured this out before I bought the stupid thing. But anyway, that sort of goes in that direction. It's just a different animal. Maybe if it was, that they had run flats on it, where even if you got a flat tire, it would still allow you to go places, that would be a little bit better. But like I said, it's a different thing, and there's a whole new set of responsibilities. So I can't advocate in saying all of you out there should go get a Tesla, because I think it's great. It has some really great things, and it has some really horrendous things. And this thing that is an experiment, I would say, would I do it again? If I could go back in time and undo it, absolutely I would do it again. The better parts I'm so fascinated with, I'm willing to overlook the pain in the ass parts that to be able to get, to the parts that I like. So thank you for that. Some space stuff. Ooh, this gets me happy. This is a text message. This weekend is the 50th anniversary of Apollo 10. Apollo 50th It's Apollo_50th on Twitter to get tweets from the events 50 years ago to get ready for Apollo 11 in July. Okay, so yes, space is going to get exciting again. And I hope all of the youth, I hope the schools are participating. I hope we really get behind the space program and support it. We're going to do some interesting things, whether it be Apollo or the moon or Mars travel or all that kind of stuff. There's going to be a lot of advancements that have always come from the space program. I've been a big advocate for us supporting a space program. Now, there's a federal budget. There's a lot of waste that people can claim that the space program, Space Force and the International Space Station and GPS and all of these other advancements where maybe the government didn't see a direct, sort of a direct benefit from. Overall, the marketplace benefited a great deal. So, as long as we always get that feeling that our space program is advancing us, and we really are doing it not as a token gesture of a flexing, if it really is an advancement. That's why I trust the people like Elon Musk, where they're crazy to the point where we know they don't get caught up in the, they're going to go defensive and stop innovating. They're built innovators. So to put somebody and to keep that guy moving in a direction is what we need to do. Keep those guys motivated to do, and then you have the group of and I keep mentioning this because it's so annoying. Where you have the people who want to do net neutrality, the people who think we're done advancing. That annoys me so bad. There's so much more territory that we need to get in, and let's not get comfortable with this technology, because then everything falls apart and we just end up getting stuck right in this frame right now. And there's so much more technology to come after this frame right now. But the minute that we shield it off and protect certain innovations as being the last innovation, that's where it goes terribly wrong. So every time that, and I'm sure it'll come up again, net neutrality will come up again. And every time it's going to get this part of me that says that I am so happy that it went down in flames. I'm so happy that 5G will have a chance. I'm so happy that there are another iteration after this iteration. Because you have guys like Elon Musk. What would happen if they're like, hey, I got this eBay thing and I'm going to sell it for $4 billion. What could Elon Musk do? He could go on a beach, never do a thing in his life, and he'd be set. What did he do? He took his $4 billion and he put it on red. And he launched a company that failed 100 times in a row. Go watch Elon Musk's story and find out how close he came to then being safe for the rest of his life with his $4 billion PayPal. Did I say eBay last time? Anyway, his payout from PayPal, sold it off, put that money, risked all of it on a new venture. I love that about him. And like I said, those are the people that keeps innovation spinning. Nobody gets to sit around and just be comfortable and let it, dog out, because he could have done it. And we flirt with that so often, and it's not in our nature. We have to keep pushing the experimental envelope. And I'm just so happy that, people kind of get wise to that and support guys like Elon, even when it's not perfect. Teslas are not perfect. Innovation is not perfect. SpaceX is not perfect. The people who are behind the internal combustion engine hate Tesla pretty bad, right? They're not big fans. They want to cheer on the failure of an innovative company, when most of us should say, hey, you know what? I might not have any benefit from electric cars being what happens, but I'm going to cheer it on. I'm going to give it its due and see if it ends up working out. But so many people, especially in this area, they have a tendency to jump on something that they don't understand and beat it to death. And they never really give it a chance. I'm like even the Lordstown stuff the other day. Okay, so GM's going out, and then I read, another company is considering doing something in that building. I thought, that's interesting. I hope that works out, right? That was just the very thought in my head. More than a half hour later, I'm starting to read about the chants from people who hope it doesn't work out. I mean, you can hear the chants in their breath about how cynical they are that it's actually going to work out. I'm thinking, I don't understand this. I don't understand how that can get in someone's head, that you could deliberately take a empty building, right? And then it's empty. There's nothing in there. There's tumbleweed rolling by, right? That happened. And you have a company that might not work out, but they want to give it a chance. What should we do? Should we nurture that chance and give it a head start and really get on board? Or we should say, no, we're going to go for the tumbleweed building. We don't want anything to go in that building. We'd rather have total nothing than something that might. And that just drives me crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of people hoping Tesla fails. You can't go on Twitter and look at Tesla news and find the haters out there are in full force. The people just want one technology, the internal combustion engine, to be it, and not give Tesla and electric vehicles a fair shot. I own both, and you know what? They're both tools, and they both have pros and cons. There's not one that's better, and I'm not going to be a fan of one and not the other. And that polarization and that tribalism is just a killer. And I hate to see it get riled up in our own communities, and I hate to see it when it gets riled up against people who are legitimately trying. And it's hard enough to get innovation to happen on its own. The risk is that you innovate, and sometimes you come up short. What would happen if not at the same time you get to deal with the failure of not coming up the way that it should have, and everybody trying to bury you along the way, and everybody trying to sabotage you along the way? And that's the thing that really would get me. I don't know how Elon does it. I mean, if I had that kind of criticism, if people really took it apart, I would hardly expose myself to that kind of criticism. I'm not. I don't think I am built. I really don't think that I'm built for politics or that general. I don't even know what to call it. I just think that I'm just not built for it as all. So anyway, 330-729-9977. There was a big recycling push downtown, and I don't know if you saw it. I drove by it on the way back from the gaming tournament today, and basically what happened, they were offering to be able to take your recycling. Just like we all kind of accumulate crap in our houses, we also accumulate electronics. I mean, I probably have the original iPhone somewhere in a drawer somewhere, and you really don't know what to do with it. You don't want it to just throw it in a drawer or in the landfill or in the garbage, because that's just there's a lot of metal in each one of those, but not enough metal in each one of those to just do one. So these recycling places, JC and Kenny over at with Southside Recycling, and then the Green Team, what they did at Cavelli, these groups are basically they're taking a collection of these equipment, and it's almost like they've taken the equipment, and there's just enough metal in there that if they pay someone to reclaim the metal, there's enough of it to pay the people to reclaim the metal. I can't say that there's a whole lot in the way of profit in this. We've sort of done it. Last year, I bought all the chemicals and equipment to be able to take circuit boards and try to reclaim the gold or the platinum in these boards. And so I got into metallurgy, where I had to learn the different boiling or melting temperatures of metal, and I had to dissolve gold in some acids and then bring that gold back out in a different form, and I had to heat it until it was molten, and it was interesting and awesome. And so I took I think it was 400 hard drive controller boards, right? And a bunch of memory sticks, maybe 400 memory sticks as well. And I scraped all the metal off, and I dissolved all of the gold off into hydrochloric acid. So you had this suspended gold in there. And then I took the gold and I reversed the process by putting it in another mixture. And all of the weekends that I put into this and all the chemicals and all the expenses, how much gold I was able to harvest? About $28 worth of gold. The flakes were so freaking tiny that I couldn't believe anybody would put the effort into trying to harvest that much gold. But anyway, we want to give companies that do that metal reclamation to pull it back out of there, because that stuff ends up in a landfill. Those heavy metals pollute groundwater, and it's just a waste of really good metals. I mean, we got one hand over here. We're digging like crazy to get this stuff, the raw materials out of the ground, and we have the raw materials that are just separated and fragmented, and we can't find a proper way to bring them back in. So that's another industry. I was seeing the line of cars and the equipment that people had. They probably got mounds of stuff volunteered and donated in. Even if you didn't get any money for them, at least people got to get rid of them without throwing them in a landfill. That was really nice to be able to see people leaving their houses to be able to do that, because that's good for the environment, and it's good for to bring that stuff back into back into production again. That makes me feel good. Anyway, so we used to have collections that we would allow you to come down to our office, and then during the week we'd collect it, and we would just turn it over to these bigger places. And And there was a good bit. There were some, like the smaller recyclers would do their best to take some of the more valuable things and sell it, and then they would reclaim the rest of it, and then they would recycle it and send it off to another place once they accumulated enough. So there's sort of like a hierarchy of where this stuff ends up and making sure that it doesn't go to waste. So that was really good for the city of Youngstown and the green team to be able to pull that off. I hope everybody took advantage of that earlier today. All right, one little segment here in a moment, and then that'll be done for the week. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
Summit Racing Equipment presents the Hot Rod Super Nationals at the Campfield Fairgrounds, July 5th through the 7th. Classic and late model muscle cars, hot rods, trucks, and motorcycles. Bitch and rides will be there, plus Optimus Prime replicas, FMX stunt team, and more. Visit supernats.com.
Hi, this is Don Perkins from A1 Concrete Leveling and Foundation Repair. A1 raises and stabilizes sunken concrete for a fraction of replacement costs. Solve trippers, sinking, or drainage problems, and most projects allow same-day usage. Let our experienced levelers save your concrete from further settling and cracking. Estimates are free, and we are now offering 0% financing for 12 months, same as cash. Call 330-788-2700 or check us out at a1now.com.
Celebrate freedom at the #1 destination for American gun owners. Enjoy an action-packed concealed carry expo May 17th through the 19th in Pittsburgh. Text EXPO to the number 87222 now for your discounted tickets and free t-shirt. That's EXPO to the number 87222.
Okay, first time we read this commercial, he got one, so I had to get one.
And we are both in love with this product.
The glass chair mat by Vitraza. They're unbelievable.
You know that junky plastic chair mat under your office chair or at home? Piece of garbage.
It's the ugliest thing in your office.
Vitraza glass chair mats are beautiful.
Durable.
Each one will support over 1,000 pounds, so it'll even hold me. They've got a lifetime warranty, and the way you feel rolling over smooth glass instead of cheap, crackly plastic, it's like working in $1 million office. And it's your office.
And we got to mention this. Shipping is absolutely free.
Absolutely. Lifetime warranty, scratch-resistant, stylish Vitraza glass chair mats.
You can't get them at the office superstore. You got to order them direct at vitraza.com/talk. That's V as in value, ITRAZZA, vitraza.com/talk. You'll want to remember that website. There's a discount code waiting for you for 10% off, only at vitraza.com/talk.
Find out more about how you can help to improve our air quality. Get today's air quality forecast and the extended forecast. Help preserve the air you breathe for you and your family. You need it to live, and you use it every day. MahoneyValleyAir.org. Information for your future.
We can give our children a strong economy and a clean environment. The future is in our hands. Fair and responsible energy reform for today and tomorrow. The Ohio Clean Air Program ensures more clean energy generated in Ohio by Ohioans for Ohio. By modernizing our environmental goals, we encourage the growth of Ohio-made energy from wind, solar, and other sources that reduce carbon dioxide in our air. And by investing at home, not in other states, we will create new jobs and a better economy, helping Ohio families and entrepreneurs. The Ohio Clean Air Program improves our environment, creates jobs, and lowers what you pay for electricity. It's time to reform Ohio's energy goals. Protect what's precious. Call your representative at 800-282-0253. Encourage them to support the Ohio Clean Air Program. Don't let out-of-state profiteers continue to steal Ohio's jobs and our children's future. Paid for by Generation Now, Inc.
Give your backyard an update with landscape and patio blocks and save with 11% off everything from Menards. Create an attractive outdoor space with our great selection of concrete landscape blocks. Whether it's flawless landscaping, a spacious patio, or a sturdy retaining wall, there's no limit to what you can create with so many styles and options to choose from. Save with 11% off everything at Menards. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
You have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-1509. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. Hell, you may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-1509. That's 800-555-1509. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. 800-555-1509.
GraduationPlaylist.com has everyone talking and listening. Sure, it's easy to go to GraduationPlaylist.com and type in the year you graduated, but you know what else is fun? Pick another year and just browse. 75 was fun. And 99 was unique. Welcome to Miami. Try a year. It doesn't have to be your year. So click that music time machine and listen to the music that was the soundtrack of your graduating class, or your mom's, or your boyfriend's. GraduationPlaylist.com from iHeartRadio. Try it free now.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I also did want to mention that we're doing some interviewing here for our company, putting some more field service staff in play. If you have interest getting either retooled into this industry, or you got some experience that you'd be good at field services, I have a bunch of like level 1, level 2, level 3 postings going around right now. So if you want to do open interviews, looking for a new gig, and you feel like you'd be good in the tech world, we're a service industry, so we take care of customers. We know a lot about the tools that are in front of us, and we help protect our customers from what technology, the risks that technology provides, and is capable or possible of having. So if you're interested in protecting some people out there, making a pretty good living at doing it, we're hiring all from level 1, not so much, but level 2 and level 3, we really need probably 2 of them in the field. Call our office 330-259-7278. Get your resumes over to me, Joe at youngstowncomputer.com. You can email me directly. Tuesday mornings, I'm going to be doing some open interviews. You can just show up and get interviewed, or you can send resumes and get something scheduled. I really want to make a big push over the next couple weeks so that by this summer we can have someone in the field. It takes a good 2 months to get someone ready to go and valuable to us before we can put him in front of client stuff. So it's quite an investment on everybody's side to be able to learn a new trade, even if you have field experience. I mean, you really have to learn how Youngstown Computer customers are served and get a good handle on providing the services. So again, 330-259-7278 is the company phone number, and you can email me, Joe at youngstowncomputer.com, with your resumes, and we'll get those set up. Looking for the best of the best. I love my customers like family, and I want to make sure the people that we put in the field can really take care of the people in my family. So, all right, thanks for everybody for tuning in today. Good questions, and hearing me out here. So this is the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. Have a great week.